Hello and welcome back. So, welcome all of you to basically assessing all of Daniel Larson's appearances, his arcs, and well, previously we spoke about how incredibly stressful, how incredibly difficult Daniel Larson's early life was, both for other people and for himself. And what we're about to witness, ladies and gentlemen, is how things sort of went from bad to worse. So, let's get on with it, shall we? This is the classic era of Daniel Larson. First of all, Daniel Larson has either... Have I got like the right display? Okay, we got the right display on. Okay. Daniel Larson has either missing content, has false information, has large formatting issues, is poorly written, has an extensive bias, or is illegible. Large portions or even the entirety of this article need to be rewritten. Reason given, see below. An attempt is being made to fix these issues. In the meantime, this section is also riddled with misinformation and unsubstantiated claims. Kind of makes me wonder if it's even worth trying to do this article at all, but I'm sure people who know more about this than I do will help rectify that. Thank goodness for the comments section. Some of Daniel's failings are particularly relevant to this topic to help of this article. Help us out and add this information onto the page. The information can be found from the following sources. Special message. The 2020-21 portion of this page lacks a lot of depth due to missing information. In the meantime, you may want to check out the blue links in these sections for further information on the topics discussed. The headset arc. After returning to social media in March 2002... Wow, we really are, like, skipping far ahead. I thought that... Well, hang on a minute. Wait. Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, we haven't missed anything. Apparently this is, like... Just sort of... We get straight into the headset arc. Okay. After returning to social media in March 2021, Daniel immediately declared war on Flexburger, after discovering that he had been the one who leaked his Pinterest. Okay, so there's going to be... Okay, so... that's how much we're cutting out of this. It was about how much about Daniel's perversions, as we're calling them, can hold any sort of weight, which, yes, obviously they could, and a lot of things point towards a Quora account and a Pinterest account. We'll be discussing these in a little bit more detail, because obviously they probably had to be completely rewritten if the article's disclaimer was anything to go by, so there's that. Notably, Daniel is constantly wearing a gaming headset in many of the videos from this time. In response to this, Flexburger pretended to be a man named Josh and manipulated Daniel into flashing his penis on TikTok Live in front of 500 people, thus resulting in an immediate and permanent ban from TikTok and Flexburger being doxxed by Daniel Larson, which surprisingly did not end his communications with Daniel. In order to circumnavigate the ban, Daniel created many different alternative accounts which would also get banned, with Daniel failing to establish any long-lasting accounts on TikTok at this time. As a result, Daniel moved to YouTube and Likey. What a nice young man. I sure hope he doesn't show his genitals to a TikTok Live of 500 people. Of course they would. Okay, the fog era. And by the way, yes, that's all it gives as far as like the headset arc, because Daniel apparently just walked around wearing a headset whilst tramping the streets of Colorado. Daniel embarked on his first distinct arc known as the fog arc. While there are foggy videos from all the way in November of 2020, the fog would begin appearing regularly in his videos, reaching its apex around July, following the instructions of his management. He covered his camera with tape, resulting in a hazy fog-like visual effect over his recordings for several months. This arc coincided the peak of the fog meme, which was a meme warned viewers of an ominous Lovecraftian fog. Many comments on Daniel's videos reference this meme, with phrases such as, "the fog is coming." It's probable that Daniel didn't fully grasp the meaning behind these comments. Daniel released Roaring Thunder on July 15th, which became his most well-known song. It was around this time that the fog started appearing in his videos. I mean, that's quite creepy, that I'll say that much. During this period, he shared various notable videos featuring his unique visual style. One of the most memorable videos he posted was on TikTok, in which he said, "Rest in peace, George Floyd, the police should be terminated." Yeah. In addition to these more serious videos, Daniel continued posting with videos such as him rubbing his nipples to Darcy Line and Grace Vanderbilt, apologizing to Penis Asian Gru, and a 3-minute altercation with his caretaker Jonas. Of course, citations for these are going to be needed. Oakland. Daniel took the midnight train to California on August 20th, 2021, in a failed attempt to meet his father, Travis Larson, who was actually a troll impersonating him. That's quite sick, to be honest, which was possibly Samantha, his manager. Some highlights of Daniel's brief stay in California included threatening Grace Vanderbilt's boyfriend, shaving himself a mohawk, and accidentally ending in a Emeryville instead of Los Angeles. Soon after, his manager Samantha relocated him back to Colorado Springs. That's kind of fucked up, to be honest. Yeah, literally trolling obviously a disturbed man into thinking that he was trying to meet his father. That's disgusting, actually. Sorry. Return to Colorado. Daniel would go silent for a week after his TikTok account at Daniel Larson Social, registered to document his time in California, was banned. Daniel would make his account Daniel Larson Hot Mess around the time of his return, uploading a video of him declaring his hatred for the police in a video of him twerking while mouthing off about how bad they are. As you do. In another video in which Daniel is visibly inebriated, he exclaimed that he wants there to be riots. Probably not a good idea to say something like that, Daniel. You could get in trouble. In November of 2021, Goldberg Shackelstein was first mentioned by Daniel. Goldberg was actually Samantha, one of Daniel's managers incognito. According to Daniel, Shackelstein was the supposed leader of the New York Mafia. And they think that apparently just the Mafia has got time to get in touch with people like Daniel Larson. And Daniel Larson apparently believed just every word of this. One video was posted around the time in which Daniel, Jonas, and Gavin had a verbal altercation. This video was the first of many such posts, around late 2021 to early 2022. It became quite common for Daniel to interact with trolls posing as either Grace Vanderbilt or Jojo Siwa. Oftentimes, these trolls had such an influence on Daniel that he would fulfill requests on their behalf, even if the requests were degrading or incriminating. Where have I heard that before, eh? 2022. Homeless era. Daniel Larson is either missing content, has false information, has large formatting issues, and is poorly written. So, considering that there's really not much else to go through here, we could possibly even get all of this in the can by tonight, in some strange way. The exact date of when Daniel became homeless is unknown, with the last video of him confirmed to be in Jonas's house, with a confirmed date being from December 6, 2021. Daniel cut ties with Jonas for currently unknown reasons, meaning that Daniel had lost his last professional source of mental health care, which caused him to further succumb to the influences of his management and manipulators. As it was inevitable it was going to happen. I mean, who else was Daniel supposed to turn to? Bob? Headset arc. 2022 had a rough start for Daniel. He would record videos of him humping his camera for Grace and take out his anger on inanimate objects when he was upset. His behaviour was so bad that his then manager Bianca quit for fear of mistreatment. Things only went downhill from there, as he posted videos of him crying in bathrooms, punching himself in the genitals, and ranting endlessly about Grace Vanderbilt. On May 13th, Daniel went viral for the porch charging incident. The conflict started when the owner of the property that Daniel was trespassing on asked him to leave, to which Daniel responded by calling the man racial slurs. Daniel's unhinged postings seemed to end when he ran into the Denver Colfax Marathon. He stopped posting anything of interest until June, in which his unhinged posting would begin yet again. Daniel, after getting arrested for criminal mischief, got into a conflict with his case manager Andrew, and as a result, would start to blame him for anything and everything that went wrong in Daniel's life. He began to have a large amount of micro meltdowns over him when he, as usual, hit himself and said slurs, claiming that Andrew stole money, damaged his career, and leaked a photo of him masturbating completely nude in a public bathroom. Daniel, after the end of the Andrew conflict, started showing up to protests, which were ongoing. Following the overturning of Roe v. Wade on the 27th of June, he would attend an open mic where he would told his life story. How he exposed himself on TikTok, his obsession with Grace Vanderwaal, and that his grandmother died of cancer because of his autism. I saw all that, and it's about as fucked up as it gets. No, there's probably more to it than that, but, well, I'll just repeat that again, just so you guys are really you didn't hear this incorrectly. Daniel, after the end of the Andrew conflict, started showing up to protests, which were ongoing. Following the overturning of Roe v. Wade on the 27th of June, he would attend an open mic where he told his life story, how he exposed himself on TikTok, his obsession with Grace Vanderwaal, and that his grandmother died of cancer because of his autism. And this was in front of a large crowd. This incident would get his name out to many Roe v. Wade protesters and people online, resulting in him getting recognized by multiple people at another Roe v. Wade reversal protest. Brink would make his first appearance 2 days later on a live stream. Brink would run into Daniel is charging his phone, where he got an autograph and paid Daniel money. It's also around this time that Quaco started to manipulate Daniel. The day after this, Daniel would re-enter his dispute with Andrew, as well as start to post about anything his impending court case for criminal mischief, where he begged for thousands of dollars for court, not specifying why exactly he needed it. Andrew would generously handle this for Daniel and open a bank account for Daniel, and Daniel would pay him by claiming that Andrew stole $3,000 a month that's coming into my name. At the end of June, a ton of events would happen. Bob would re-enter the limelight after telling Daniel that he could not finance Daniel's music career. Daniel would get kicked out of a school for trespassing, Daniel would get kicked out of a school for trespassing. You're letting basically someone like Daniel Larson into a school. He trespassed into a school. Good Lord, they should have just arrested him. And why on earth the police did not just throw Daniel away after this, I don't know. Because we know of what Daniel Larson has said before about minors. Made a new TikTok account. Daniel would premiere his song Something More, would expose the fact that R. Daniel Larson 2 made a Discord where they manipulated him, and Daniel would do a Q&A on R. Daniel Larson 2. Daniel kicked off July with yet another meltdown, this time over Quaco telling him to delay his release of Something More, which Daniel would release later that day. He would then go around town getting banned from multiple restaurants and a hotel. He would then enter a feud with TikToker named Kanye556 after Daniel defended his use of the N-word by saying it was okay because he said it was an A instead of an ER. He would then claim he entered a coma after this due to heat stroke, continuing his schizo posting after about this with seemingly no issues whatsoever. Return of the headset. After an interview with Monkeyman56783, he decided to part ways with his case manager Andrew. Contrary to expectations of a negative outcome, he surprisingly started a Twitch channel, generating enough income to afford a hotel and Airbnb, and a $400 pair dollars worth of headphones. During this period, he increased his interactions with Brink, who, despite knowledge about Daniel's controversial past, engaged in activities like buying meals, going bowling, and visiting Hooters with him. Subsequently, an incident known as the toothbrush incident occurred, involving a leaked video of Daniel engaging in unconventional behavior. This led to the July 2022 electronic destruction spree, marked by the smashing of headsets and electronic devices. In the sequence of events, he replaced his items only to destroy them again, including a Spider-Man branded headset intended for children. On July 25th, Grace Vandervoor's mom, Tina Vandervoor, warned Daniel via Facebook Messenger to stop mentioning her daughter, expressing concern for her family's well-being, and later reiterated her plea publicly, urging him to stop involving them and seeking legal intervention if he persisted. Daniel would then respond with, "I understand, I'm killing myself tonight." Daniel, after a break in posting, would reveal his new manager and enabler, Ox. After hiring him almost immediately, Ox, for an alleged change, would positively influence Daniel. He would get Daniel an ID and made Daniel apologize for saying the N-word. He would then stop his string of good influence by convincing Daniel that there was a nuclear attack on livestream for money, which would get Ox fired and reported to the police, and Daniel's Twitch account banned. Yeah, so, oh god, there's a video. Okay, I want to see this. Oh god, it's 7 minutes, but you know what? I feel like it's...
Fight for her freedom. So, using this situation, she's trying to hide her crime activity. And she's ready to provoke
Nikita, let me...
This guy is screaming.
No, anytime. No, Nikita, let me respond to you by saying that anytime. And I want to get Gabriel is really angry with what you're saying. But I'd like to say one thing before I bring Gabriel into the debate. The question is, anytime a leader tries to provoke a situation...
What, Dan?
That guy needs to stop fucking interrupting. That's...
Peak donated $17.
Wow.
Mauser
Let the other guy talk for a moment.
Yeah, he is screaming. That's crazy.
To you. And let me say this. Let's say Pelosi is corrupt, she's bad, she's a terrible person, and Biden is weak, he's incompetent. But the fact of the matter, Gabriel, is at the end of the day, in terms of geostrategy, the question is, what can the Chinese do in response? I'd like to bring it down to what can...
Okay, Dan, I have a question. Is your door locked? Can we double check that?
Yeah, this is getting deep. Like, really deep.
Yeah, it's keeping up with the Jonases now.
Whoever you are. Stay ahead in the all-new Tundra.
Donald Trump donated $1. They can keep talking their talk, but I'ma keep walking my walk, and I won't hear a sound.
All right, it looks like it went to commercial here, so...
Get the best of me. Well, not this time, RO, and stuck to the phone like they're all right behind the screen for us too.
And we'll get right to questions. Mr. Secretary.
Well, thanks, John, and thanks to everybody. I'm really glad to be with you. I know you're covering the situation in Europe closely.
Oh, check this out, Dan.
Oh, no. Right, so this is... Okay.
Mr. Secretary.
Well, thanks, John, and thanks to everybody. I'm really glad to be with you. I know you're covering the situation in Europe closely.
We apologize for the interruption.
Normal programming has been interrupted at the request of the U.S. government. Everyone receiving this broadcast should pay close attention. The information contained in this broadcast is vital to your safety. Please stand by.
Okay, it may be a test.
The emergency alert system has been activated. This is a national emergency. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. Important instructions vital to your safety will follow.
As far as Daniel's concerned, he's believing this, by the way.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. The United States has been subjected to a nuclear attack. The North American Aerospace Defense Command has detected the launch of 12 nuclear missiles aimed towards the mainland United States. 4 of the 12 missiles launched have been intercepted. The 8 remaining nuclear missiles will strike the following locations in the next 15 to 20 minutes: Los Angeles, San Diego, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, New York City, Philadelphia, and Seattle. Within a 300-mile radius of these areas, everyone should seek out a fallout shelter as soon as possible. Nuclear fallout is a byproduct of nuclear attacks, and prolonged exposure to it.
Dan, are you within 300 miles of Los Angeles?
Yes.
Will almost certainly kill you. If a nearby area has been designated as a fallout shelter, get there right away. Otherwise, seek refuge on the lowest floor of a sturdy building's interior. Make sure you have enough food, drink, and a battery-operated radio. Wait until the all-clear has been given before leaving the fallout shelter. Do not use your telephone. The lines should be kept open in case of an emergency. Tune into a station that is serving your area for more information. The President will address the nation on all radio and television stations shortly. Stand by for this message. This is a national emergency.
Okay. Dan, address us.
Okay, we're going on lockdown. Houston, New York City, Phoenix, Philadelphia.
The United States has been subjected to a nuclear attack. The North American Aerospace Defense Command has detected the launch of 12 nuclear missiles aimed towards the mainland United States. 4 of the 12 missiles launched have been intercepted. The 8 remaining nuclear missiles will strike the following locations in the next 15 to 20 minutes: Los Angeles, San Diego, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, New York City, Philadelphia, and Seattle. Within a 300-mile radius of these areas, everyone should seek out a fallout shelter as soon as possible. Nuclear fallout is a byproduct of nuclear attacks, and prolonged exposure to it will almost certainly kill you. If a nearby area has been designated as a fallout shelter, get there right away. Otherwise, seek refuge on the lowest floor of a sturdy building's interior. Make sure you have...
What are you doing, Dan?
I have family in California.
The following message is transmitted at the request of...
Hold on. Dan, do not text them just yet here.
Defense Command has detected the launch of 5 additional...
Yeah, we're in full lockdown, no messages.
These missiles are considered to be armed with nuclear warheads. Predicted impact sites include Washington, D.C., Jacksonville, Dallas, San Jose, and Anchorage. The United States Space Force has begun to intercept these missiles. These missiles have a minimal likelihood of being intercepted. This is an attack warning. I repeat, this is an attack warning. An attack warning means that a full-scale nuclear attack from Russia has been commenced against the United States and that protective action must be taken immediately.
Interestingly enough, it was the fact that Daniel Larson almost immediately said he's got family in California, but then there was a
several miles away.
I don't think the nukes affect celebrities.
Radioactive, visible dirt and debris raining down can cause sickness to those outside.
Nico Reno donated $1.69. I hope you survive, Mr. President.
Oh,
he's probably contacting all his family.
No, did he run? I think he ran out of the room.
Oh my god!
Shit! Oh fuck! Oh, I knew this was gonna work. Oh man. Okay. I think he went to the front desk. I knew we should have stopped it right there. He seemed pretty calm, to be honest with you, for a new kidding. I didn't think he was going to be that calm. He was extremely calm. Oh, shit.
I think he's evolving.
It's okay, guys. We got him to $100 pretty fast, which I'm happy about. And he'll come back and I'll tell him it's a prank. There's no way in hell he left his phone.
Well, he sent no messages, so he might just leave his phone.
I hope not. I did not expect that. He just dipped. No, he's not gonna get kicked out, but he's gonna. I'm guessing that people are gonna think that he's addressing the situation between China, and they're just gonna think that we're. Okay. Yeah.
We can say false alarm.
Yeah. That way he won't be like extremely pissed at me. I mean, I don't want to lie to him either. I think I should just tell him that I pranked him.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man! Do I call the front desk now? He's gonna be pissed. He's gonna be pissed. No, guys, don't feel bad. We're gonna tell him it was fake, and he'll be all right. I hope he didn't just run out of the hotel, though. That would be absolute worst case scenario.
Oh, I think he probably did.
I'm gonna call the front desk. Shit. I think he might be asking the front desk person where he should take nuclear fallout. Okay, I'm calling now.
Oh god. Oh, he's back.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Where did you just go, Dan?
Downstairs to the lobby.
What did they say?
They're trying to find it.
Find what?
They're just trying to find things like new systems. They're turned out failure. What the heck? 13.
Oh god, psych.
No signal.
Okay, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. It was a prank, Dan.
What the fuck?
It was a prank.
Fuck you.
Oh god, okay.
I'm sorry. We made $100. I put a goal for the prank. We're at $100.
Listen to me now. You might actually get me kicked out of this hotel tonight. Fuck you.
No, Dan. We made $100. Don't be angry. We'll go back to the normal news.
No, listen to me. The hotel people and the security downstairs are trying to look at the news right now.
Wait, did you tell them we're getting nuked?
I told them that it's all over the news. Channel 18. Fuck the CNN. Don't ever fucking do that again or you're getting fired.
Okay, I won't do it again. I'm so sorry. I did not think that you were going to go to the front desk, Dan. I was actually going to tell you about right when you ran out of the room.
Oh, he's not happy.
Oh, shit.
You know what? Goodbye. We're done for the stream tonight. You fucked it up.
No, Dan. I set a goal for $100. We got there very quickly. It was within like 30, 40 minutes, man. The goal amount was a prank. Let's get back to the news.
You. Fuck you.
Listen, I'll take the...
Banned bitch.
What?
Oh god, is he?
I'm tied in. I'm tied in.
The chat.
Massive spider web.
Go ahead.
Oh god.
I'm tied in.
You'll be all right, Dan. The front desk isn't going to do anything. You're all right. You're all right. The chat is loving it. They're laughing pretty hard.
No, now's not the fucking time for joking around.
I know.
Next time you do that, you're actually fired.
Okay, I understand. I don't want to get fired.
I am furious.
I'm sorry, Dan. Listen, I didn't realize the...
Well, it happened. Whether he wants to admit that or not, it happened, and... Second housing arc. In July 2022, Daniel sought assistance from the Developmental Disabilities Resource Center, DDRC, for housing and legal matters, eventually securing housing shortly thereafter. Daniel would be hospitalized for trench foot at the beginning of August 2022. By August 31st, he had moved into a new home, marking the start of the second housing arc. Though details about this period remain sparse, however, an incident captured on video during his eviction suggested that Daniel may have inadvertently disclosed his address, leading to unwanted deliveries and disruptions. Within days of moving in, he caused significant damage to the property and exhibited behavioral issues, resulting in his eviction on October 16th and a subsequent citation. Reports from his housing provider indicated concerns for personal safety, raising questions about Daniel's behavior during his tenure. Following his eviction, Daniel would spend his time with new acquaintances at Dave & Buster's on October 19th, before allegedly being abandoned at a Walgreens in Colorado Springs the next day. Stranded and refusing shelter due to perceived fame, Daniel embarked on a journey back to Denver, where he typically resided, despite concerns about his ability to survive the harsh winter conditions, having never experienced homelessness during this season. Notably, he once spent a night in an elevator with other homeless people. Los Angeles arc. On December 10th, Daniel had a meltdown that escalated into a physical altercation with Bob. This resulted in Daniel being immediately flown out of Denver by Bob. Daniel became homeless in Los Angeles, California. Upon Daniel's arrival in LA, a series of erratic behaviors ensued, marked by financial struggles, confrontations with fans, and clashes with authorities. Despite attempts to stabilize his situation, including alleged housing arrangements and intermittent apologies for controversial statements, Daniel's behavior remained unpredictable. His involvement in various altercations, from attempted dine-and-dash incidents to confrontations with security personnel, exacerbated his challenges, while his social media presence continued to attract both attention and controversy. The Los Angeles arc would continue through early 2023. Daniel experienced a tumultuous period marked by a variety of incidents and controversies. Starting with his arrest for attempting to dine and dash at a cheesecake factory on January 19th, Daniel's journey into LA continued with encounters such as being kicked out of establishments like Target and facing difficulties charging his phone due to his growing notoriety, amidst personal struggles, including accusations of being unmanageable by his associate Ox. Daniel dealt with his YouTube channel suspension and a ban from a shopping center. In January, Daniel's public display of scabies caused concern in his community due to the health risks involved. His habit of scratching, combined with his long bacteria-filled fingernails, heightened the risk of infection for both himself and others. Daniel's visit to Disneyland further endangered others, prompting the community to start warning the locals about Daniel, eventually seeking medical attention after severe itching and bleeding. He was diagnosed with scabies and initially neglected treatment in favor of indulgence. A later hospital visit led to treatment, marking yet another chapter in Daniel's saga of poor health. Travel arc. Las Vegas saga. Daniel arrived in Las Vegas on February 13, 2023. Subsequently, he faced challenges, including being expelled from multiple Vegas casinos where the security demonstrated efficiency. Contact with Daniel was lost on February 16th, and he took a brief hiatus from posting, although fans reported spotting him in the streets of Las Vegas. On February 23rd, Daniel returned to TikTok, describing an incident where he was allegedly assaulted by individuals he referred to as fans, resulting in a fractured skull. He mentioned receiving support from a sober living home in Nevada, but later he was expelled from the Sober Homies group and issued a peculiar threat involving fireworks inside a casino, leading to a TikTok ban. His activities continued until another hiatus from March 2nd to 15th, during which he claimed to have spent time in a mental hospital in Vegas. On March 17th, Daniel departed Las Vegas and headed to Phoenix. Arizona saga. Daniel's travels led him from Las Vegas to Phoenix, Arizona. On March 18th, where he documented his journey through videos and interactions with fans, after mentioning discontinuing medication, Latuda, he sought donations and mentioned plans to head to Tucson. Upon arriving in Tucson the following day, he detailed financial struggles, seeking funds from viewers to travel further. His time there included interactions with strangers who seemingly supported him, offering gifts and even purchasing items for him. As documented in various selfies and videos, he engaged with many fans, danced with a group of younger men, and acknowledged receiving free meals from a fan. On March 21st, Daniel posted a video walking along a road in Arizona, withholding the town's name for safety reasons. He revealed cancelling his planned trip to El Paso due to receiving death threats, expressing the need for security before visiting. Although he didn't disclose the town's name in the video, users on the Daniel Larson subreddit identified it as Benson, Arizona, approximately 50 miles southeast of Tucson. Texas saga. Daniel arrived to El Paso, Texas on March 22nd. His intended destination was actually Roswell, New Mexico, but he got on the wrong bus. Daniel would be confronted by the police for dine and dashing, though he somehow paid the tab. With what, I have absolutely no idea. Daniel's March 24th arrival in Big Spring, Texas, sparked a whirlwind of bizarre events. Initially losing and then miraculously finding his debit card, he delved into a series of erratic videos, claiming emergencies involving trolls, alleged stalkers, and fabricated scenarios involving Grace Vanderwall and a supposed assailant named Ivan. He shifted between claims of receiving cease and desist letters from record labels, being fired, and encountering alleged stalkers in white and black pickup trucks. His videos documented his escalating paranoia, including encounters at Walmart and a gas station, where he believed he was being followed and threatened. Daniel's live streams on TikTok showcases erratic behavior and unfounded safety concerns, culminating in police encounters and calls, a breakdown triggered by alleged comments from Tina Vanderwall, and claims of evading an assailant in a white pickup truck, eventually prompting him to leave Big Spring, supposedly accompanied by hospitalization after receiving threatening messages. Daniel's journey continued with tumultuous encounters in various Texan cities in Sweetwater. He arrived and promptly encountered distress over a perceived security threat, leading to attempts by followers to have him removed from Greyhound Station to no avail. Despite accepting odd jobs for cash, surprisingly, and claiming collaborations with Playboy Carti in Atlanta, he left for San Antonio, where his presence caused disturbances leading to his eviction from a Greyhound station, followed by a similar pattern in Houston. His erratic behavior and claims of threats resulted in confrontations with businesses and the police, culminating in confrontations, refuses to pay for meals, and even being kicked out of a Dave & Buster's. Daniel's live streams were plagued with harassment, including disturbing phone calls and alleged stalking, prompting him to seek police intervention multiple times and, ultimately, to flee Houston. New York saga. Daniel's turbulent journey continued as he traveled to New York City with the help of new managers, aiming to meet Tina and Grace Vandervoort for an investigation and personal reasons. However, his arrival was marked by alleged death threats, security concerns, and a fan-driven transportation from the airport to Jersey City. Daniel faced multiple sightings and doxing throughout New York, encountering both supportive fans and confrontations, leading to the Bodega incident, where he was harassed and later checked into a hospital for a black eye and a concussion. His interactions with fans included generous gestures such as meals, gifts, and paid accommodations. Amidst the chaos, Daniel engaged in online hostilities with Michael Quinn and World of T-Shirts Joshua Block. Daniel would also post a couple of anti-Semitic TikTok videos, including references to Adolf Hitler, likely because Joshua Block was Jewish, claiming that it explained a lot. His time in New York and New Jersey included a visit to the American Dream Mall, eviction from the mall by troopers, and a hospital visit for Trenchfoot. On May 8th, Daniel met with Michael Quinn over lunch, and on May 10th, he finally met World of T-Shirts in the following days. Daniel would proceed to get a citation for trespassing, as well as having a meltdown for missing his bus to Orlando. He was also fooled into thinking that Justin Bieber had paid for a trip to Disney World. Why on earth Daniel would be concerned about something like that, I have absolutely no... Well, it's probably because, Disneyland is in Orlando, Florida, so maybe that makes sense. Cameo arc. The travel arc would finally end as Daniel left New York, returning to Denver on March 20th. On May 25th, the infamous Haagen-Dazs incident would occur, where Daniel would be kicked out of said ice cream shop due to an altercation with employees, as well as a meltdown following shortly after. On May 31st, Daniel created a Cameo account, initially charging $30 for custom videos. Over the following month, he adjusted the prices, at times reaching over $1,000. Now, I know that Cameo isn't exactly cheap, but $1,000 is... I think you can get like a cameo from Ice Cube for like $500. Daniel eventually realized the need for lower prices to boost accessibility and increase sales, settling on $10. However, the prices continued to fluctuate, occasionally going back up to $100. Despite the high prices, Daniel failed to consistently fulfill the actual requests made by paying customers, sometimes outright ignoring them while thanking them for their money. This led to a decline in his review score, ultimately resulting in his ban from Cameo on August 16th. What a surprise. Dog arc. Oh god, not Zola. Poor Zola. On July 9th, 2023, Daniel Larson adopted a German Shepherd mix named Zola from the Longmont Humane Society in Longmont, Colorado, to which he then renamed Music. He intended her to act as a guard dog. Given Daniel was obviously unfit to take care of an animal, multiple people immediately showed concern. The concern soon turned to rage as footage of Daniel neglecting Zola via not giving her enough water, as well as contemplating giving her nachos. It was revealed that the shelter Daniel adopted her from hadn't conducted a background check on Daniel, leading to them being horrified as his online history and subsequent harassment faced by the shelter came to light. Despite calls to return Music to the shelter and worries about her well-being, Daniel continued posting videos with her. The community intensified efforts, leading the Longmont Humane Society to take steps to remove Music from Daniel's care, as well as permanently banning him from the premises. Concerns for the dog's safety grew due to Daniel's documented erratic and violent behavior, evading authorities, and distressing videos of Music wherein she was whimpering. A collective community effort successfully located Daniel and Music, which culminated in Ween Ween Music, a user of the R. Daniel Larson subreddit, and a member of the SEAL Team 6, a rescue party led by former YouTuber Goated Minds, rescuing Music and returning her to Longmont on July 11th. The situation escalated dramatically after Music was taken from Daniel. He reacted intensely, leading to Daniel going into a Walmart where he proceeded to destroy multiple stands of merchandise as well as an attempt to hijack a bus full of senior citizens. After being released from police custody, Daniel's response included making videos and live streams where he claimed to have contacted emergency services, alluding to creating bombs, ultimately leading to his admission into a mental health facility for the next week. After a period of psychiatric evaluation and treatments, Daniel was released from the mental health ward on July 19th. In retrospect, he should never have been allowed to leave, as I'll get to very, very shortly. College arc. On September 10th, 2023, Daniel Larson announced on YouTube that he planned to enroll in college, specifically stating that he would be attending CU Boulder in 2024. Subsequent community posts and a live stream followed, where Daniel discussed his enrollment process and shared details about his intended major and minor subjects. The context behind this decision involved Daniel's interactions with members of Phi Kappa Tau, a fraternity of CU Boulder students, who convinced him that he was a student. Videos of Daniel at a frat party, including ones where he promoted the fraternity, were posted on his TikTok and YouTube channel. While attending CU Boulder, Daniel claimed that he needed to leave for Golden, Colorado, citing a court appearance. Daniel was arrested for third-degree assault towards a security guard on September 16, 2023. But in a complete failure of the American justice system, he was somehow released from jail just 2 days later. The body cam footage was released on September 21, 2023. Daniel was subsequently arrested again on October 3rd for failing to appear in court. And when that happens, you are known as a fugitive of justice, is, I believe, the appropriate name for this. Reverse Mohawk arc. On October 23rd, 2023, some fans would give Daniel a haircut. However, these were actually trolls who partially cut Daniel's hair in what was immediately dubbed a reverse mohawk, and abandoned him before finishing the haircut as they claimed the car had been stolen. This left Daniel looking more unstable than ever, with the unfortunate coincidence that he had a court date the following week. Unsurprisingly, Daniel did not fix his hair, and on October 31st, Daniel would receive a 6-month probation in court. Still with the reverse mohawk, Daniel would have a meltdown inside a Panera Bread on November 10th, seemingly because his fans were leaking his location, leading to him aggressively punching himself as well as exclaiming self-harm threats, racial slurs, and psychotic screams. On November 30th, Daniel would go back to court and be sentenced to 12-month probation, 48 hours of community service, be fined, and be subject to anger management classes from the Boulder CU arrest. UCLA arc. Incomplete or missing. Throughout January of 2024, Daniel would start attending another college, specifically UCLA. Unbeknownst to Daniel, this was a clever scheme thought up by his manager Clark, where he taught several false things from ancient Texas to the Empress of China, Mei Ku Shi It. Okay. Jail arc. Here we go. Going into 2024, Daniel would continue his escapades completely unaware that this would be the year he would be arrested over 5 times, which would eventually result in him being at risk of going to jail for over 65 years. After getting chased around by trolls, he would be arrested at an airport on January 9th for his multiple active warrants before being released on a PR bond. The terms of his PR bond required him to progressively pay off his bond and show up to all of his court hearings. He would, of course, do neither, instead favouring buying expensive meals he oftentimes could not pay for, attending fake college classes, and narrowly evading justice on a multiple of occasions. He had the police called on him multiple times, such as when Daniel was once again chased around by trolls, as well as when he got kicked out of a hospital, which he threatened to start a mass shooting as post-ejection. Although he would not be arrested, he would also be convinced by his manager Clark to enroll in UCLA, where him and his associates constructed fake college Zoom meetings, which Daniel fell for with ease. Daniel was arrested once more on February 3rd, 2024 for being a fugitive of justice due to the consequences of not fulfilling his PR bond. His bond was set at $20,000, which was later lowered to $5,000 with a $500 cash option. He was released on March 1st, 2024, to which he stayed in numerous hotels. Even so, Daniel was arrested less than 3 weeks later for the same charge, this time in Jefferson County. His bond was set at $1,000. Following a court hearing, he was released on March 22nd, 2024, only staying in jail for a meager day and a half. 10 days later, he was arrested for the same charge in Longtree while on the bus back to Denver. He spent the night in jail and was released the next day. 4 days after his release, he had a massive meltdown where he, in a fit of rage, made many terroristic threats toward Bob, as well as other federal agencies, including a Secret Service agent. Second jail arc. On the April 30th, 2024, Daniel Larson was arrested in Boulder for his many threats and he had made in the past, being charged with 7 counts, each of these being federal charges. Given the severity of the charges, he may be put in prison for a very long time, possibly years. Many have seen this as the official end of the Daniel Larson saga. And, well, I would say this is the part where things couldn't get any worse, but a lot of these are going to require, like, there's a lot of things that these need to, like, go into, because with the progressiveness of time, a lot of these have probably been rewritten, recited, and, well, this is it. Well, I'm not entirely sure, like, once again, if there's, like, a suitable way I can end this video, or even suggest, well, what exactly have we learned? Is there, what can we take away from this video that may make us better and model citizens? Well, is it all of us? I might actually, to be honest, save this for a separate video entirely, because that's a discussion that can't really be solved at the end. And I've already been on the job now for 50 whole minutes, so I think it's safe to say we should just draw a veil and just cut it for now. So, with all that being said and done, and don't worry, we will have plenty of time to go over all of the articles in much more depth in due time. And with all that being said and done, thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.